So here's the other side. Like I said, this is mostly tools. It is very, very disorganized right now because over the last few months we've just been working on Lady T and throwing everything back in here. And eventually it comes down to time for organization before we leave. So I got my toolbox, tool bag, got the spare tire, our water hose, freshwater hose. Over here we got 3 bins, and I'll go over what's in the bins later. Mostly like tape or road flares, some tools, just miscellaneous things. Caulking gun's not going to go with us. I'm going to pull this out. And that little gray bin there, that's our extra sewer hose and connectors. We do have a sewer hose storage. You can see it over here, right about there. The stores underneath the rig in that little container. But that gray bin there just has an extra hose for those long connections. But I'm gonna go ahead and take all this stuff out. I'm gonna run the vacuum through here. I'm gonna take the toolbox inside, the tool bag inside. That's gonna be a whole other video on recommended tools for the RVer. Just what I think we should have, or you know, recommendations from other people. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out, and not really much to see over here. All this stuff that's in here now is all going to go back in. Okay, so if you go back and take a look at one of our other videos, and I'll put a link to it up here in the corner. When we were getting ready to go on our road trip 2015, I mentioned that on the tool side of the basement storage, this side here, like I said, it was tool side. I mentioned that I had 3 bins. These 3 bins had rope and tape and all sorts of stuff in them. So I'm gonna go through those now. So here's one here. This is I'll call this the bungee bin. This is one of those flex hoses. It's like a 25 feet of water hose. I used that only a couple of times to rinse out the gray water tank with the power washer that I have, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But that's that hose. It's all dried out. I got a sprayer for the hose, whether it be the hose I just showed you or the freshwater hose. A couple of clamps, and these are pretty cool. You just open them up and then clamp them around whatever you want. Extension cords or other sorts of things. And you know, I'm a gadget guy. I probably haven't used half of these things in the 2 years they've been in here. So we got some paracord here. I call these fancy twist ties because it's not a bungee, it's not rope. It's kind of like it's like a twist tie. They're pretty cool. Here's one of them here. So it's just a rubber, and you can bend it to however you want to use it. So I got a couple different sizes of those. Some bigger rope here, all sorts of size bungee cords, big ones, long ones. Some carabiners here, carabiners or whatever you want to call them, just in case. So that's what's in this bin. So now if we grab another one, okay, box number 2. These are the super large contractor size bags. There's like 3 of them there. You never know when you might need one to cover up a window or something. Also in here is, well, we got some duct tape, some plumber's tape, got some weather stripping in here. We did weather stripping earlier this year. This is just the leftovers. We have some butyl tape. This is black butyl tape. The stuff we use around your windows, and if you're resealing windows, it's good to put this in there first. If you go back and look at some of our other videos, last year we redid the bathroom window. I'm pretty sure there's a video on that. If there is, I'll link it here. Also, on the overhead bunk window, we used a little bit of this right in the corners. This is roof repair tape. It's called the Thermometer. It's super sticky. Once you stick it on the roof, ain't nothing getting in underneath it. Rain or snow or sleet or whatever. So we bought this and we put a strip across the back last year. You can go back and look at our roof video. We redid the roof. I think we're going to put another strip on the top this year before we leave, just to be safe. Here's more butyl tape. This is just a brown color. I got some steel wool. I pretty much only use these in the winter. Stick them in the tailpipes of the exhaust and the generator, so no critters crawl up in there. Most people know that mice or critters they won't try to chew through that. I got a water splitter here, some knee pads, which I should be using right now. Ouch. Just a little scrubby brush, pair of gloves. These are the filters I put in the air conditioner vent inside. Emergency flares and a road vest. One thing I didn't mention, in the other bucket, the other bin, the first bin, I bring this little power outlet with us in case we got to plug in multiple things or need to hook up our neighbors or something like that. So I'll put that back in the other one. So that's all that goes in here. This one's pretty much just tape and supplies, repair supplies, and you know, all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna put this one back together. I'm gonna pull out the last one, and here's the last bin, which is disorganized. This duct tape doesn't go in there. Probably should go in the other bin. This clamp should go in the first bin. I don't know. I got two of these at the store. They were like 99 cents or something like that. And like I said, I just have to buy it. Here's a binder for the water. That doesn't go in here. This is just a little plastic tube that I cut and I put around our valve extenders on the tires. And I believe there's a video on that. If not, I'll make one and link it here. But I just cut it because we had one valve extender get a leak over the winter or towards the end of last year. And I believe it was just from rubbing on the rims. So I put the plastic over them this year. So if something's going to rub on the rim and fall apart, it's going to be this plastic hosing. And I'll probably just leave that in the garage. Don't really need it right now. Another thing I got this year is a laser thermometer. So I had read places that you can use this to check your tires instead of always taking the wheel covers off and checking the air. You can start to see if there's any problems arising. You know, just point this at all the tires, and if they're all pretty much the same, everything's kind of normal. If one's higher than the other or lower than the other, then you might want to start looking at the air pressure and checking for damage. And then I have the Kilowatt voltage meter. I use that to check the generator hertz and output. Just another storage hook. Can't have too many gadgets. And then I have a socket set in here with some tarp clamps. Also what goes in here that's actually inside Lady T right now is another little socket set with screwdrivers, a couple different tool sets. Well, let me go get them. Alright, let's continue. So I told you about the Stanley sockets down here. So I just went in the rig and got this one. This is just a little handheld socket. I actually bought this off Amazon for like 17 bucks or something like that, just for the one T27 bit down there that I used on the generator. All in all, it's a pretty cool set. And then the other set is this Husky one I've had this for years. I just decided to leave it in here. I don't really have a lot of space in the house or the garage, but you can see it's missing a screwdriver, but it's pretty much the same as the other ones. It's just a short, stubby set. But I use all these on occasion. I do use the two sockets to take the bike rack on and off. It just makes it a little easier with two socket wrenches. But yeah, that's the bins that go in the tool side storage of the basement here. So I'm going to go ahead and close these up, organize them a little bit more, and put them back. And then for the rest of the afternoon, I'm going to take the tool bag, which is overflowing here. I'm going to take that in the house and go through it, and then I'll make a separate video on that. A couple other things I keep in the tool side that I didn't mentioned before. So another thing, this is the like the little pry bar we use to take the wheel covers on and off and put them on. It's just got a little pry bar on the one side and a rubber mallet on the other. The other thing we keep over here, and this is the black tank, black tank cleaner. So you just, I mentioned that flexi hose earlier. You just hook it up here. You stick this in the toilet bowl into the tank, and then it sprays the water out, and you just kind of angle it around and rinse out your tank. We also keep rubber gloves up here for when we're doing the draining the tanks, draining the sewage and stuff. One thing that's not here is actually in the garage is just like a gardening knee pad for when you're doing all this stuff on the ground. It just makes it a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, so I'm gonna put these bins back, and that's it. So check us out on janeJazz.com, and we'll catch you later.